In today's story, you will learn how a man with nothing discovered the greatest wealth through service. You will also improve your English with 10 new words, including resolve, stride, and gratitude. Just like Jack Ma and Oprah Winfrey, who began with nothing but determination, this story will remind you that you are never truly empty. He stood every morning at the busy train station, palms open, eyes low. His name was Rafi, a weary beggar who believed he had nothing to offer the world. People rushed past him. Some dropped coins. Most ignored him. His days were long, silent, and empty. He thought poverty meant weakness. He believed he was invisible. One cold morning, a well-dressed businessman paused before him. Rafi lifted his hand, expecting a coin, but the man looked straight into his eyes and said, "Why should I give you anything if you offer nothing in return?" Rafi blinked in confusion. I have nothing," he whispered. The businessman shook his head. "No one is born empty. If you want help, learn to give something, even if it is not money." He walked away with a steady stride. That night, Rafi couldn't sleep. The man's words echoed in his ears. No one is born empty. Anger rose in him, then shame, then curiosity. What could a beggar possibly give? He owned nothing but his presence, his voice, his smile. Was that worth anything? The next morning, Rafi didn't stretch out his hand. Instead, he greeted people. "Good morning, sir. May your day be peaceful." Some looked startled. Others nodded. One woman smiled back. Rafi felt a strange warmth in his chest. For the first time, he had offered something. Days passed. Rafi began to observe the travelers, the tired mother, the lonely old man, the young student fearful of exams. He started saying small words. "Don't worry, things will get better. You are stronger than you think." His words had no price, but they held meaning. One day he found wildflowers growing near the tracks. He gently picked a few and offered them to anyone who helped him. A young girl gasped with delight when he placed a flower in her hand. "Thank you," she whispered. She returned the next day with a sandwich for him. Soon, others did the same. In a world full of rush, Rafi had become a pause, an unexpected kindness. Rafi started collecting little things others dropped, buttons, ribbons, paper scraps. From them, he made small bookmarks with handwritten quotes. "Believe in tomorrow. Pain is not forever." People began to search for him, not to give, but to receive. They started calling him the gentleman of the station. Someone even brought him markers to write better. One afternoon, the same businessman returned. He watched as a traveler placed money into Rafi's box with tears in her eyes after receiving a flower. The businessman stepped forward. "So you found something to give after all." Rafi smiled, his eyes shining. "I realized I may be poor in coins, but I am rich in spirit, and spirit can serve." The businessman nodded. "You have learned the first rule of success, service before reward." Rafi rose daily with resolve, building his small gifts. Months later, with saved coins and donated help, he opened a tiny stall. Words and flowers, take hope, give hope. He sold handmade cards and quotes. People lined up not for purchases, but for peace. His story spread. Newspapers wrote, "From beggar to giver." But Rafi said only one thing: "I was never truly poor. I just didn't know my value." Moral of the story: you are never empty. Service, kindness, and effort can create miracles. Success doesn't start with wealth. It starts with the courage to give.